During policing and military operations, when tanks and other armored vehicles are in service, it's often assumed that the ones driving them are men. But in Somalia, the idea to train women to drive armored vehicles is well documented.
Are you okay? Yeah, go.
These women are trained for weeks on how to steer these armored vehicles in rough and dense terrains before they are certified to do so. They drive under difficult conditions, in the sand, on the rocks, in the open space, and in urban settings. The Mamba is a South African armored personnel carrier that offers protection against small arms fire and land mines. The vehicle, which uses a unimog chassis, is powered by a Mercedes-Benz engine and is perfect for long journeys under dense, rough terrain. Used primarily as a troop carrier, the Mamba Mk5 is used by a number of countries, as well as peacekeeping forces of the United Nations. However, this seemingly sophisticated vehicle is no threat to the Amisom policewomen deployed in the peace support mission in Somalia. When all the driving is done, they resort to their core duty of building the capacity of the Somali police in different disciplines, while others are in leadership and administrative roles too.
I'm Halalo Christine. I'm the Deputy Police Commissioner.
I'm Inspector Jane Gumbi from Kenya. I do mentoring. I'm also a gender focal officer there in Baidoa.
I'm a CSP, a Dean of Justice Ojali from Nigeria. I'm in training units of Amisom Police Component.
My name is Emily Angomokone. I'm from Uganda, African Union, working at Bulletin Sector 4.
My name is Cecilia Harriet Apiampofu, ASP from Ghana. I'm the team leader for Waliu Adel, Halwadak, Hudan, Waberi, and Bakara.
My name is Sergeant Patience Abu. I'm the only female APC driver here in Mogadishu.
My name is Sarah Lokji, Inspector, Nigerian Police. I work as a commander. We work hand in hand with IPOs. Anywhere they are going, we escort them to where they go.
I am Woman ASP Mesana Ohiole from Nigeria, and I am Taste Site Leader 1, and this CID is one of my stations.
My name is Lydia Otunyako. I'm a Ghanaian. I'm the police gender officer. My main task is to coordinate gender activities within Amisom.
My name is Shola Omilade Aikoje. I'm the Superintendent of Police. I'm a Nigerian, and I'm one of the lead trainer of General Kai Police Academy here in Mogadishu.
My name is CSP Ifoma Ezon from Nigeria. So I am the Amisom Police Civil Military Coordination Liaison Officer. I am also in Operations Department, and I am also the Contingent Commander of Nigerian Contingent.
Assistant Superintendent of Police Cecilia Harriet Ampia Ampofu, originally from Ghana, sets off every morning from the Amisom Police Headquarters and heads to the streets and outskirts of Mogadishu to mentor Somali police officers at various police posts. In her company is the command of her vehicle, an interpreter, and patrol escorts. At this Hamal Jajab police station, Cecilia meets with the Somali police commander for their briefs about the security situation in the area before she proceeds to other places.
Where we are standing now is Hamajabjab police station. I'm the team leader for Waliu Adel. The division have 4 stations. The present where we are presently Halwadak, Hudan, Waberi, and Bakara. But Bakara, we can't go there for collocation. So we normally communicate on phone with the station commander and know the situation. And anytime we come here, meet the commander or any senior person on ground, we ask them of the situation. For the past 24 hours, the commander will tell us. Then after that, we organize the SPF and then we share ideas, we mentor them.
And this is Gaher campus at kilometer 4 along Mogadishu Street. Cecilia dropped by to find out how the Somali police officers she mentors were coping with the guarding of the final high school examinations that was written in July 2016.
Have they seen any examination or practice? In some countries, when they are writing big exams like this, you see the children are copying, cheating from other practices. Yeah.
The team is now heading to the Somali Police Criminal Investigations Department headquarters, where Assistant Superintendent of Police Mesana Odurowo Ohiole from Nigeria is attached as a mentor.
That's what I'm saying. Now the person that is going to rectify it is here already.
She's also the team site leader of the area. While here, she's first briefed on the security situation in the area before any other business begins.
waxaan ka wada hadalnaa arrimaha oo booliiska la xiriira sida dhacdooyinka waxaan isdhaafsanaa aqoon kororsi oo ku saabsan arrimaha booliiska.
This CID is one of my stations. I have 6 stations on the case file and all that. Most times they will show us the case file, but they will not tell us that this is the detail and all that. You know, it's a CID, except if you want something from them, you go to the general. And it is not too easy for you to go to the general, except maybe you inform your commissioner.
But this particular meeting was unique to what Mesana usually attends to. She was in company of the Amisom police officers responsible for the monitoring and evaluation of Amisom police services to the Somali police. The Somali police officers had concerns over the computers that had been donated to them.
The computer issue was that Amisom donated computer to them. These people, CID and SPF headquarters. So they now brought the computers here. The contractor that supplied the computer didn't bring the software.
When the team sites brought that issue, you can see already there is some action being taken. The computers have been taken so that the operating systems can be installed.
And because of the cordial relation, the Somali police officers are also at liberty to make requests to their mentors, especially in how best they can deal with terror-related incidents.
Deputy director told me one day that, Messi, I would love you to follow them if there is any bomb blast. You understand? I said, there's no problem. If I'm around, you call me, I'll come. So, Amisom, we are not afraid of it because it's God that is keeping you guys. It's God that also keeping us too.
But there is one big problem that these individual police officers face when dealing with Somali police force high-ranking officials. If your rank is junior to them, you will be lucky to be attended to.
They have a lot of big officers here. You know, they are too conscious of rank. So like my rank is very, very small. If I want to see the director now, it is not too easy for me to see him. Because even if the secretary meets him, he says, sir, Amisom wants to see you. I will not say, the people that wants to see me, is there any general there, or colonel, or brigadier? He will say no. He will not ask, what is the rank of the senior person? He will say, okay, lieutenant. I say, no, I can't see them. If they want to see me, they should write through their commissioner. Commissioner can be able to write that so people also, my personnel wants to see you for so reason.
Despite all this, Mesana is optimistic that the Somali police force are a step ahead and in the right direction.
They are doing very well because I met with the director of one of the sessions, the CCID downstairs the other day, who is a Colonel Omire. The man, the way they are handling matters there is encouraging.
Chief Superintendent of Police, Edino Justice Ojali, is the Amisom Deputy Training Coordinator. While she's not steering the Mamba, she's imparting skills to the Somali police officers.
In training units, what we do is to build the capacity of the Somali Police Force SPF so that they can discharge their duties in line with internationally acceptable behaviors and best practices.
However, this job is not a bed of roses.
We all know that the 2 decades of armed conflict in Somalia has really affected the strength of the Somali Police Force, and therefore there was the need for us to equip them with the necessary knowledge, necessary skills and attitude to enable them carry out their police duties effectively and efficiently.
Shola Melade Aikoje, a chief superintendent of police from Nigeria, is the lead trainer at General Kahiye Police Training Academy in Mogadishu. She steers through the streets of Mogadishu as she drives herself to her duty station in company of fellow individual police officers and the formed police unit officers that keep guard as she goes about her duties.
Yes, we have arrived at Academy.
Shola is already in class with her interpreter. She gives basic recruit training to the Somali police officers and always encourages women to join the force.
We undertake cadet training, we equally undertake basic recruit training. We do refresher courses also. We also take training in other community-based policing, human rights as the demand occurs. But the ones that are very constant are cadet training and police recruit training.
The lectures start at 9 a.m. and end at 4 p.m. with only 20% theory and 80% practical.
They have killed this one now. Has he committed any offense or not? He can.
According to Shola, for the officers to benefit from such trainings, the sessions must be participatory.
You don't just come in and just talk like radio. You come in and talk, you ask questions, you ask them if they understand, you ask them if they don't understand. If they say they understand, you equally ask them questions again on what you have taught them in the class. If they're able to answer you well, that gives you the joy that yes, you have communicated to them. And whereby they couldn't give you an answer or they did not give you the desired answer, then you know that you as a teacher, you have not communicated. It's not left for you to change your mode of teaching to come down to their own level for a better understanding.
However, the main challenge to Shola in imparting skills to these officers is the language barrier. The
language assistant you are using, you wouldn't know whether what you are saying is what they are interpreting to the class. But if you are clever, you should be able to read the body language of the students in the class. You ask questions, you see their response. That will help you to know that yes, you are communicating.
Away from the capital Mogadishu, Amisom police is also spread in other sectors in Somalia. They have a sound presence in Baidoa, located 223 kilometers from Mogadishu, in Kismayo, which is 410 kilometers, and in Beledweyne, which is 340 kilometers from the capital. Senior Superintendent Emily Onen Angomoku is one of the Amisom trainers from Uganda based in Beledweyne. Her biggest challenge in her mentorship job is not the Somali police officers she trains, but the environment in which she works. On this particular day, she was driving through this rough terrain towards the internally displaced people's camp, just a few kilometers from her base camp, and you can't be sure of what to expect. This place, located in Halgan region, was this May attacked by Al-Shabaab, leaving it a bit tense. But these determined women never give up on their mentorship job.
Basically, we collocate, that is mentoring and advising and working together with our counterparts, the Somali Police Force. We try to give them an on-job training and education on how to do police duties and make sure that we inform of the security situations, whatever is happening around our areas, and make sure that we also ensure our own security in this place.
Emily insists that the Somalis are interested in peace returning to their once beautiful nation, and the officers she trains are more than willing to see this happen.
The Somali police force are very, very interested in the mentoring and advising and performing general police duties because they are interested in seeing the peace returning and taking on the mentorship and the work of police, their duties and roles. So they put in a lot of interest to learn because for basically the last 30 or so years, they have not received any training.
It's not only the Amisom individual police officers that are out and about on the streets of Mogadishu. Their services to the Somali police force are supplemented by other women from the formed police units of Uganda and Nigeria that either do the street patrols or command the patrol vehicles, just like Inspector Sarah Logi commanding this vehicle.
If there is any communication between this member and the other member, we used to communicate. Then after the working, all the places we visited, we're going to give report that we visited this place, this is where we go, here and there and there.
This is Jen Mwelu Ngumbi, an inspector of police from Kenya. She's an Amisom police gender focal point person and also a mentor based in Baidoa. She was the only woman in this training session of 11 officers being trained on how to drive this kind of monstrous vehicle. To her, driving this armored vehicle is an inspiration to Somali women.
It is a way of mentoring Somali women. As in, when they see me driving, they get inspired by what I'm doing.
And to her trainer, the Amisom police transport officer, Corporal Michael Pius Owor, she was one of the best trainees in her group.
I have 11 personnel. She's the only lady. I find her as the best trainee among all these 10 men.
And as for the difference between male and female member drivers, this is what they have to say about steering some of the most advanced war zone vehicles.
Well, it feels normal. It's just like any other car, except it is bigger and much more heavier. But it feels very safe security-wise, given the conditions under which we are working. We feel confident to move around in the town.
When I came here and I saw Mamba vehicle, I was scared. I felt a cold shoulder run through my veins and I felt there was no way I could make it. But when I saw men driving it, I told myself, if they can drive, I can equally drive because they don't have two heads.
There is no challenges in driving. It's just like simple motor. You just drive, if I'm driving, it's like I'm just playing game.
I feel comfortable, I'm free, I have the confidence. I don't have any fear. I drive as the men can drive. And I even drive more than some of the men. The other guys can testify.
She's performing well. I even enjoy her driving more than men.
Whatever the men can do, women can also do it better. So I don't see driving the member as a challenge.
Back at home, I don't drive this type of car. I drove my Jeep. When I came, I saw Susan driving one day. I said, if this woman can drive, me also I can drive. Now that I'm driving it, it's just like a normal car now. And back at home now, I can drive trailer. I can drive anything.
I'm the first woman to drive Mamba in Somalia. The moment you know the CS, where the brake is, where you are supposed to do, what you are not supposed to do, when you open the ignition, you have to wait till air enters. When you follow those rules and you are able to have a good grip of the vehicle with time, you will get used to it.
I've been driving vehicles back home. I've been driving for over 26 years back home. So only that I've not driven. This is the first time I'm going to drive this kind of heavy vehicle. I've not done it before. But when we came, we went for the training.
In today's modern times, peacekeeping has evolved to encompass a broader humanitarian approach, and women have become increasingly part of the peacekeeping family. In all fields of peacekeeping, women peacekeepers have proven that they can perform the same roles, to the same standards and under the same difficult conditions as their male counterparts. Out of the mandated strength of 540 Amisom police officers, only 58 are women, but this small number has got nothing to do with their capabilities.
Here in Amisom, there is equality. You could see that everything that men do, women also do. As I spoke to you earlier on, even the FPU, women are doing cordon and search. Women are doing escorts. Women are doing mentoring. So to me, it's an example to the Somali women to also, take the mantle and say we can also do it. If these African ladies are doing it, we can also do it to build our country.
However, few women serve in administrative and senior leadership roles in Amisom Police, but their growing presence encourages young women considering long-term careers within the mission. Anyone possessing proper qualifications and experience is a valuable asset, and special attention should be given to women's roles in Amisom. Kristen Laro is the Amisom Police Deputy Commissioner. She inspires a lot of women into the service.
Women should not be left behind. Women must be brought on board to come and participate in pacifying Somalia, given their mother nature and given their time on ground and given they can easily convince.
Assistant Superintendent of Police Lydia Out-Nyako has been to several peacekeeping missions, including South Sudan. In this peacekeeping mission in Somalia, she's the Amisom Police Gender Officer, and she explains what her office does for the Somali women.
Women and children are more vulnerable to sexual and gender-based violence. So those are the issues that come up in the police stations, and they are reported at the police stations, and these officers need to be trained. So after we train them, we do a continuous, it's more like apprenticeship. We interact for them to know whether the right thing are being done, whether the victim's confidentiality, whether proper investigation has been done, whether evidence has been taken, whether the victims have been referred to the hospital. So to prevent sexually transmitted disease like HIV, AIDS, and unwanted pregnancy. And then the victim will also not be stigmatized within the community. My colleagues also, the gender focal officers who are in the sectors are doing same. I also develop teams for us to mentor on every day, daily.
On the other hand, Masai Forma Izwana, a chief superintendent of police also from Nigeria, is the Amisom Police Civil Military Coordination Officer. Her role is to coordinate all the humanitarian actors operating in Somalia on behalf of our organization.
This program will bring us closer and we'll begin to see more connection between Amisom, the humanitarian, and the communities.
Naturally, men are known to possess passion, energy, and tactics, but women are generally known to go beyond the immediate problem and try to evaluate and understand the problem before taking action. Statistics released by the United Nations in 2015 indicate that women make up 30% of the civilian population in peacekeeping missions, while the police make up 10% and the military only 3% in the peacekeeping missions currently going on around the globe in 16 nations. Therefore, the motivation to increase the number of women in peacekeeping is based on the assumption that women peacekeepers enhance the access of local women to services, improve community relations, reduce the incidence of sexual and gender-based violence, build the capacity of local women, and break down traditional views that discriminate and marginalize women.